Okay. Despite what my sideboard may look like, I promise you there's lots of reasonable numbers of cards in here. There is a deck list below the stream. I think Cardboard Live updated with the new cards. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till tonight to get deck lists from my YouTube channel when they happen. We're starting off with some Is It Phoenix. So we got Faithless Looting here as a powerful enabler for our graveyard-centric Arclight Phoenix threat. And then we're splashed into white for a couple of key cards. So Lightning Helix is a very good anti-aggro card, provides some reach as well as some interaction. Thrilling Discovery is not only a cathartic reunion plus, but this is much better against counter spells because you don't discard the cards until it resolves, and it gains us a little bit of life. In the sideboard, we get copies of Rip Apart here, which base red has a Braid, but I would bet we're going to start seeing more copies of Leyline of the Void and Rest in Peace with the introduction of Faithless Looting to this format. So I think being able to kill enchantments post-board in this Phoenix deck will be very valuable. Crackling Drake is the extra threat I'm choosing to play for that same reason. This is a card that explicitly doesn't care if your graveyard's exiled. Its power is equal to number of instant sorceries in your graveyard plus your exile pile, so allows us to kind of get around those hate cards, also being a pretty generically good card. For additional threats past these two, we've got some Stormwing Entities that plays well with all of our cheap cantrips, and then we've got some copies of Brazen Borrower here, which is one of the best effects you can have in blue against the Bogles deck. Being able to bounce their creature back to their hand and make all the enchantments fall off. So let's go ahead and dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Cardboard Live does not update the deck list until we join a game. So this is not Runeterra where the overlay works in the deck editor. All right, so it's actually fine, right? I'm missing blue mana, but I've got Faithless Looting and I've got Thrilling Discovery here. And actually, with the Stormwing Entity drawn, I think we lead on Spikefield Hazard. Cardboard Life has the new card. Sweet. Sweet, good to see. Okay, so I'm going to Thrilling Discovery here, and we're gonna, I think we're ditching Opt and Brainstorm. Maybe it's Brazen Borrower, because I'm 2 away from casting the back half. I think I actually like Opt better than Brainstorm at this current point in time. Because if we Brainstorm lock ourselves digging for a land, we're going to be real sad. Nice. Mindfire Scion, thanks for the half a year. Blood Moon, thanks for the 13 months. Naya Smith, thanks for the quarter of a year. Can I check my sideboard? Oh, how do I check my sideboard? Does anybody know? We are supposed to be able to look at our sideboard mid-match now. Okay, so we're gonna discard Arclight Phoenix. I think probably just a land here, honestly. And then we'll shock this in and play Stormwing Entity. Click on my deck. So there's another blue, but it's tapped. I guess I could play the tap land plus flashback looting next turn. I think I'm kind of into that. Sean Forseca, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Clicking your sideboard appears to give me an empty screen, believe it or not. So the one quality of life feature this update was supposed to have does not appear to work. I would tell you I am surprised, but I don't believe in lying to my viewers. Oh yeah, my sleeves are gone too. That's a good catch. I mean, we're not using any protection. I hope we don't get our opponent pregnant. Yes, Strixhaven is legal for the Open this weekend. Strixhaven is legal in all Magic Arena formats. Starting today. That joke set monster all over my laptop. I try. Okay, so I need to cast 3 spells to get my Phoenixes back. I could technically finale into these, huh? How close to dead are they? If I Helix their dome, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not particularly close. That's unfortunate. I guess we'll keep that. I could brainstorm into a way to discard this. Nice, nice. Birds. We opened 431 packs, and including the wild cards we got out of those pack spread, we're 6 mythics short of a full playset. A pack is $1. Okay, so they get to gain... Wait, are they not? They're only going to 9, so they're dead to Lightning Helix, right? Okie doke. Caca! Caca! Alright, well at least we have our normal sideboarding interface screen for this window. Brazen Borrower seems kind of mediocre against the deck full of things that have interplay effects. I think I want the Crackling Drakes. Do I hedge? Do I hedge Rip Apart? Like hedge Rest in Peace or something like that coming in? It can kill creatures and stuff in a pinch. I think Dispute for Yorion seems narrow. Yeah, they could have Cage or something. And boarding in the Crackling Drake is hedging Graveyard Hate in a way too. Or Crackling Drake is a way to play around Graveyard Hate a little bit as well. Hey, Archangel, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So the problem with Teferi is that my opponent's deck plays to the board. which means they're going to be able to attack my Teferi quite frequently. So I don't think Teferi is a very good card to board in here. Is this a good draw? If so, why? Please explain. You know, honestly, I think I'm just like playing tapped lands, and then turn 3, we just like looting opt Spikefield. I think that's the play. I think it's just like tapped land, go, and like attack with 2 birds on 3. Am I in for Brainstorm? I think I'm not, right? I'm like looking for like more looting style effects. I've got so many lands in hand. All right, we're in for Brainstorm. Hey, Hero, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Still cannot see my sideboard. Skyclave Exile's a bird. Sure. Good to know. I'm supposed to keep the extra Spikefield to like double Spikefield this. Ooh, they're an Ephemerate deck. Yep. It's pretty good. Hey, thanks for the 25 months, Bot. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Drake's a fine pickup. Drake's just gonna be another 4/4, right? They can ephemerate Skyclave with Skyclave Trigger on this deck to not give us a token. That is accurate. Looting here. I feel like I'm waiting a turn. I assume we're gonna see Yorion come down here and blink this. Some antivirus issues trying to update Arena. People use antivirus? Chat, Windows Defender is great. Okay, so we start with this. Ditch these. I guess I don't really want to put a Phoenix into play because they're getting Skyclave back here. That's serious. I haven't used antivirus on Windows in probably close to a decade. Just as a point of reference. I could find our 4th bird here We also have some Helixes and stuff in our deck. That's true. Them blocking the 4/4 lets us do this too. They have an Ephemerate coming back here still. And I think we just go tapped land pass here now, right? Yikes. The Skyclave's a real problem. Okay, those are good draws. I think I want to be able to Helix the Skyclave here in case they have another Ephemerate or way to bounce things, right? I'm gonna Brainstorm into looting chart post-combat. I guess that's fair. Ditching the extra looting at this point? And honestly, we probably just can't beat another bounce spell here, huh? I mean, I concede to a Yorion. Sure. A second Crackling Drake could maybe get us back in this game. Maybe. Hey, Armored Shoes, thank you for the 16 months. So I think we're doing this. Wait, what? Did I just skip casting one of those by mistake? I think I might have. I think I might have messed up the interface there. Yikes. Alright, game 3 on the plate. Yeah, we have something very similar to the opponent's archetype in the deck queue. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. I'm gonna run it back. It'll be interesting to see if the green-white ephemerate decks can like have the tools they need to be competitive against things like Sultai Ultimatum. Is the big question. Asinine Panda, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. 2 lands, 5 cards that draw cards, chat. Get your tires ready to spin. Yikes. Okay. Do I want Helix's? I think I just need the best chance to find another Phoenix, right? Just more cantrips, BSQ, so you just draw through them. Pretty sure that trade's great for us. I'm gonna ditch a land and a thrilling discovery here. I guess I kind of want to churn through my deck, actually. Let's do that, and then next turn I could potentially, like, discovery looting. So this prevents us from casting spells or activating Planeswalker loyalty abilities this turn, so I cast the Brainstorm in response. So we're 22 cards into our deck with 1 Phoenix as the only threat. Looking for more birds, some Crackling Drakes. Stuff like that. We ditch Spikefield Hazard here. I think we do this. Leave a Deccan Stone. I think I'm fine with losing a Phoenix to a Deccan Stone, right? The wheels on the Phoenix deck spin round and round. Yeah, basically. And then I think we actually Brainstorm here, so I don't put both Phoenixes into play. Although I guess if I put the other Phoenix into play, it forces them to deck next turn as opposed to Yorion. If I only put one bird into play, there's a good chance my opponent just plays Yorion as a blocker. So maybe we do gotta do this. I think I'm supposed to hold on to these with the Thrilling Discovery. Having a 6th untapped land sounds appealing, though, too. Could go either way on that. It might be right to hold that land. I guess with the clues coming up, there's more incentive to play the land out, right? Big boy chat. I think we're supposed to board in like some Deccan Stones of our own to deal with their Yorions. Yes, this is the first deck of the day. Threw 3 copies of Helix already, which is unfortunate. I resub because you take more than one action per minute. I feel like I'm playing really slowly with this deck, actually, because there's a lot going on. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Yeah, Skyclave is very good against us. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I think I'm bottoming that, looking for a... That's actually not terrible. So I get to bring back 2 birds here and attack them for... 6. They're gonna get to blink this and we'll get a 4/4 back, but these are all 5 CMC, right? So next time I'm gonna get to opt and then put all of these into play. Okay, that's a good draw. Eight total mana. Do I attack first? Like, I'm ripping this apart, right? I almost feel like I'm just supposed to go rip apart this, play triple Stormwing, pass. I think is the play. Now, I think attacking is wrong. I think we kill this and we set up for an attack for next turn. I could be right to keep the other storm. I kind of want to dig for another Helix or another Rip Apart. We have a lot of scries here. I want more removal. I mean, I can't beat a deck in Stone, chat. Don't play around cards you can't beat. The Orion's not doing anything, chat. The Skyclave Apparition is the card that we care about, and Deck and Stone's the only card that really punishes us there. And they already played one of those. This deck and format seems sweet, chat. Yeah, quality match overall. Really good back and forth. Yeah, this looks great, right? Sign me up. Whitstone, thanks for the year and a half. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I mean, aggro is always the correct answer to what's easiest to rank up with. For the follow strength. There's been a bunch of new follows today. I appreciate everybody dropping into the channel for the first time. Normally I call them out, but today's been hectic with new cards and learning things in this deck having infinite lines in it. So thanks for dropping by. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I do Magic Arena, usually 5 or 6 days a week. We do a ton of Constructed, generally Historic is the format I play the most. So I could lead on Opt here. And if we find a Faithless Looting, we could put 2 Phoenixes into play this turn. Hey, Butters, thanks for the brand new Prem support. I could also just Thrilling Discovery and set up to Floop Birds next turn. There's a good chance we get Ultimatum next turn and just lose. Hey, good games looking. Yeah, the whole set was kind of crazy. I think it's just Thrilling. We're gonna hit the Faithless Looting chat. Should have believed. Am I dead? I'm not dead yet. Alright, would I rather do this now? This gives me the most chances to find a third Phoenix, right? All right, no third Phoenix. That's fine. Yeah, Final Parting was a card that the teams playing Sultai Ultimatum in the League weekend last weekend were playing. Creature-based hate cards tend to not be very good against the Ultimatum deck, chat, because their deck is full of kill target thing cards. So... yeah, Tyrant Scorn is an innovation in this archetype because it can bounce things against the Aura's deck. That's the reason why they're playing that card, because it bounces things against the Aura's deck. The Aura Tog, thank you for the 34 months. Welcome back, I appreciate it. Okay, so let's Finale for 2... target Opt, target Thrilling Discovery. We'll cast this. And then we'll cast this. So anything that's not a Phoenix we'll put to the bottom here. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the Lightning Helix. Be an okay amount of reach here. Hey, look, the sideboard view works now. Weird, it was just bugged in the last match. Look at that, look at that. It's alive! Definitely want the land. It's probably just Stormwing. Stormwing's kind of slow. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, chat. In a lot of decks in Historic, Brainstorm is worse than Opt. And that includes this one. To people saying Brainstorm's not been impressive, you're right, it hasn't been. Because it's not. Lambo, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. It is better than Crash Through. Yep. It is definitely better than Crash Through. That do, we're taking 4 down to 18. We're taking 9, not quite dead yet. Oh no, we are dead, right? They have one more turn after this? Alright, so... Helix comes out here, negates, Gust, Dispute come in. This is probably a Hero Dominaria matchup. They really don't look or feel like Magic cards, you're not wrong. That's definitely an accurate assessment. I mean, the Sultai deck doesn't actually take infinite turns, it just like takes enough turns and then you die. Helix to kill Narset might be important, maybe. You can just attack Narset too. Or counter spell her. Looking for a white source for sure. Nice. Okay, so... think we just do this. We really want to find a 1-mana card to play Stormwing next turn. And Narset will do in a pinch. Would I rather Looting or Narset? I think I'd rather Narset.
Mind and body hone your prowess. Present and future are bound by threads of together. Meditate and prepare.
This is a great use case for this over Cathartic Reunion. Yeah, Narset putting birds at the bottom is definitely not great for us.
That's the trick for this.
Hey, Extras, thanks for the 3 years, and thanks for the tier 3. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Good morning. Howdy, Braveheart. Fine, right? Stormwing Entity's been pretty impressive so far. This did not feel particularly close. We probably want some more counterspells on the sideboard. Some more Mystic Disputes, probably. 4 Rip Aparts, probably unnecessary. With all the cards that we see. I still don't have sleeves. Yeah, I need to fix that. The sideboard UI change is really bad. It definitely feels like they didn't have anybody that actually plays the game test the sideboard interface. Hey, Ice Hellion, thanks for the 19 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Luris of the Dream Den. You know, I'm going to keep this because if they're the Auras deck, double Brazen Borrower sounds good. Not Auras, Burn deck. Okay. Okay. With the blue-white pathway on white, I don't think we can actually put Phoenixes into play next turn. And I think Ultimato's power level will start to decrease. It won't ever decrease. A card like that will only ever get better as the format exists for a longer amount of time. Huh? I think we're supposed to Thrilling Discovery and hope to spike a red land so we can Spikefield Hazard. Probably dead. We don't really have time to be able to spin our tires against a deck like Mono Red. Is it used in older formats too? I'm not familiar with the current state of any of the older formats in Magic. All right, so not only do we get to sideboard in a more meaningful way here for the post-board game, but getting to know what we're playing against is a huge leg up in a matchup like this. Like, the hand that I kept largely based on the fact that they were showing Glorious. If I know my opponent's on mono red, Brazen Bar, I would never keep that 7. And we talked about that before. I really love that Tournament Magic has moved more towards open deck list style formats, because I think it gives players that are able to mulligan appropriately a huge leg up as opposed to those that are looking to just punk people out. A deck like what we're playing that's a little bit interactive gets much better when you know what your opponent's playing against. Yeah, seems fine. Jen, thanks for the 50 months. Welcome back. So we just aimed to Phoenix on 3. It depends on what they do. This could very well be a Faithless Looting, Brainstorm, Spikefield Hazard something turn. So do I want to aggressively put Phoenix into play this turn, or do I want a Thrilling Discovery to try and set up more Phoenixes for next turn? Opponent's start hasn't been particularly aggressive, so I feel like I can probably take my time a little bit. Yeah, incidental life gain on Discovery looking real good here. Looting, Stormwing, pass with Brainstorm up. The problem with that is I don't really set myself up to be able to Phoenix then. Yeah, thereabouts, Alistair. 1.5 to 2 hours. Depending on how the deck's going. Okay, so with Helix drawn, I think that changes what I want to do. I think I'm going to discard these. I'm going to Brainstorm, and then I'm going to Helix this and attack them with my Phoenix. We'll Brainstorm before we play the land in case we find an untapped land that doesn't hurt us. What's up? That surprised me. Sounds lovely. We just go looting into Stormwing here? Yeah, this is definitely an all Helixes on deck matchup. Yeah, I can't put sleeves on mid-match, USC. Bring in one Deccan Stone on the draw. I just want more cards to play to the board, I think. They're white splashes for Luris, I assume. I'd bet they also have Helix and maybe Rip Apart in the sideboard, but the splash is primarily for... Huh? This is a little speculative, but I'm going to keep it. We need another red. We need a red or white source. I guess I could play Henge Pathway on white and then just hope to draw blue. The problem with playing Pathway on white is that it's awkward with Crackling Drake. I'm not convinced that this is the right land for this slot. It might be right to play like Glacial Fortress. Just play a buddy land. Perfect. Never didn't have it. I think we're definitely murdering something this turn. The question is what though, right? I think it's the Beaumont Courier. I think putting a bunch of tapped lands in my deck's a really bad idea. So... might be wrong to play this turn. Hitting Spikefield Hazard's pretty big upside though, huh? Why we play Crackling Drake. I mean, like, and Crackling Drake plus Stormwing means we just get to sit here and play Magic through this, chat. It's, like, not a huge deal. Kiln Fiend would make sense in this deck over Stormwing. No, not at all. I think I'd much rather have more evasive threats. Deck the halls with balls of whatever this is. Do 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 do. And again, getting to see a really good example of our deck playing through hate cards here. We're not just an all-in deck on. Just trying to, like, put Phoenixes into play. Yeah, decks like this that, like, kind of care about the graveyard, but at the same time, like, can play without it is nice. Yeah, thank you for the sleep reminder. Appreciate you. Two best words in the English language, chat. Default. Graveyard adjacent decks. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. You, like, can leverage it as a resource, but you're not just dead when they get rid of it. And reveal lands versus pathways in Historic. The reveal lands are much worse. I play with the Japan archives if someone paid for them. I mean, I guess they're not worse than these. Let's say yes. Yes. My biggest complaint, I don't dislike the art on most of these. They just look super out of place. Like this next to this, like these look like there's two cards that aren't Magic cards in my hand. I like my cards to look uniform. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year scenario. Yeah, if I could get a normal border on them, I'd be all about them. What point in my life did I get into Magic? I bought my first Magic cards when I was 11 years old. It's almost 20 years ago. I started playing Magic competitively during grad school, which to date myself a small amount was about 10 years ago at this point. Was this a good draw? If so, why? Please explain. Oh, you know what? If I draw another 1-mana blue card... Alright, there's a red card. Sweet. Alright, so let's do... Brainstorm. Alright, it's another bird for down the line, which sounds great. Honestly, we might just draw and cast that Phoenix next turn. Spikefield Hazard's been super excellent this set, by the way. Been real happy with this one. And actually, now that they put this Mayhem Devil into play, I'm going to go ahead and attack them for 6, and then Lightning Helix the Mayhem Devil, and then play Stormwing Entity. Claim the firstborn, these, opponent. Where's your claim the firstborn now? Huh? Huh? I actually probably want to keep the Brainstorm in case they can kill my Phoenixes in a pinch. Okay, so they're dead to the third bird, right? Have you heard about my bird? I said a bird. A bird's the word, I said a bird. Drunk Soviet bear. Osto, Kim, thanks for the follows. Good morning, folks. Alright, so Rip Apart is stellar here. Brazen Borrower is really bad. Extra Crackling Drake sounds fine. I don't think this is an Aether Gust matchup. It could be a Deck and Stone matchup. I'm bringing in Rip Apart, though, as another way to kill Devil. Deck, I feel like I probably want Deck, especially on the draw. Would I rather have Aether Gust or Deck and Stone? What do we think? I think I have room for one of the two. I think we could trim like Finale and a Brainstorm. We could Coward split it. Nah, I think I want to permanently get rid of their stuff. I think exiling their things is probably better than tempoing them. It's a reasonable substitution for Stormwing Entity. You could try something like Kiln Fiend. Oh no, Sprite Dragon. That's the budget card. Play Sprite Dragon, Luna Hero. I want the threats to be flying. Sprite Dragon would be the budget replacement, I think. Will we exile things with Oven and such? The exiling's not important extra, so much as just permanently taking the thing out of play is important. Any thoughts on early access cancellation? Nah, not really. From a selfish perspective, early access cancellation is kind of good for me personally, because I'm not invited to those things anyways, since I'm person non grate with Wizards of the Coast. Means I get to play with the cards at the same time everybody else does. I think I'm just ditching these since I put a white land into play. I cut the 5-mana Teferi from the sideboard, mommy. I mean, I got people saying Boros deck, here we come. I've got 3 looks at a blue source next turn, chat. Calm down. Calm down, chat. Alright, now you can panic. I would like to formally request that everybody in chat panic. Doke. Maybe I'm supposed to flash this back actually instead of holding up Helix. Probably dead. I guess if they keep doing nothing but spinning their tires here, we could be fine. Kill us in response. I have the ability to make a food with it. They can't bring it back into play anytime soon. Seems fine. Need a way to kill one of these. We're not gonna lose this game for like another 5 or 6, for like another half a dozen or dozen turns, but this game's definitely over. It's flubbed around a little bit too much. We're gonna Helix a bird here on one. Hey, what's going on, Time Lord? You should be used to time progressing. You're a lord of it. Thanks for the 35 months. Check out some of our options here. You know, I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna cast an Arclight Phoenix for 4 mana next turn. Yeah, you can find the stream queue on my website. It has a bunch of different decks in it. If you want to see most of those decks get built, there's deck building sessions up on my YouTube channel. Everything that we streamed today will end up on YouTube. I'm planning to play at least 4 decks today. You might do a 5th depending on what the viewer count looks like. Assons, thanks for the 3rd of the year. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Giraffe! Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Tower Knight, thanks for the 27 months. You quit Magic over moral reasons. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a dirty little secret. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. All of these large corporations mostly suck. You shouldn't really make your decisions on like none of these video game companies are like, none of them are your friend, chat. They all just want all of your money, and they all probably treat some amount of their employees like crap. Like play games that you enjoy. Yeah, that too. Like, you talk about moral reasons, like, I fancy myself a progressive, but like, I'm sitting here and my job very directly, like, makes Jeff Bezos money, right? Like, Amazon owns Twitch, like. Yeah, that. Brands aren't your friend, even if they're occasionally snarky on Twitter. It's a good, big mood. That's unfortunate. I wanted my Crackling Drake. Yeah, Deck and Stone much better than Aether Gust there. Worth noting. So I can put this back and this back and put looting on top. And then I can Spikefield Hazard, exile the Cauldron Familiar, Lightning Helix their dome, attack them with Arclight Phoenix, and then next turn we can Faithless Looting, play Stormwing Entity. They've got a gain 3 here, plus 2 card draws sitting on board, so still anyone's game, really. If opponent hits some decent. Really surprised to see them draw there as opposed to gain 3 and look with the trail. They get to kill my Arclight Phoenix with Mayhem Devil, which is unfortunate, but we're still at 18. So depending on the quality of the other cards that they're going to have here, we could be okay. They're going to get 2 looks with this Trail of Crumbs plus a draw step. Opponent use any new cards? Nah, I don't think so. I think we're still supposed to do this even with the binding. Like, they're not gonna play the binding. I think we just have to force their hand, right? All right, if this is a brick and this is a brick, they're dead. It's not a brick, chat. They are rares. All of the cards new to Historic are rares and mythics, chat. Yeah, they have plenty of mana to bring Ghost Rider back here. Probably dead. Which is bullshit. I don't know, like... There's a lot of things you could complain about with the arena economy, but I really don't think the I think the Mystical Archives are a weird thing to yell and scream about compared to the rest of it. No, they don't take a rare slot. You get a Mystical Archive plus a rare in every pack. I don't know. If you ask me to list like predatory things to do with the Magic arena economy, I don't even know that the Mystical Archive would make a top 5 list for me. All things considered, I think it's a pretty reasonable system. They take the land slot in draft packs. They take a common slot in the 8-card arena booster packs. Can I make a top 5 list? Nah, I don't really care, chat. All the things that suck about the arena economy aren't going to change. If you don't like it, go play something else. I'm just gonna hang out and play games of Magic. The arena economy is what it is. It's not going to get better. I don't want to spend time listening to people bitch about it. So from here on out, I'm going to time people out complaining about the arena economy in chat. So this is your one and only warning. Sub to say that Brainstorm in that spot was better than Opt. That was a one instance where Brainstorm was better than Opt. You're not wrong. Do I want to Brazen Borrower bounce this turn? think so. Shocked to do it. I think Tendrils and Grape Shot will become problem cards. No. I think there's a good chance that either of those cards are playable. Faithless Looting and another 1-mana spell. Alright, so I have to make a decision here now. What do I wanna bottom? We're definitely Stormwing Entitying this turn. I don't want a second one, I don't think. Maybe I do want a second one. We like chart into Stormwing next turn. What if we like... Is it both Phoenix? I think it's these two. And I think I'm gonna bottom the Brainstorm, keep the land. And then next turn I can go chart second Stormwing, ditch a Phoenix, and then maybe get set up to do something from there. Yeah, I don't know how we ever get past this Clarion Spirit though. Yeah, I don't know how we ever beat their big things from here. Normally we can beat these types of things by racing in the air, but with Clarion Spirit, that's just not possible. Brazen Borrower has been really mediocre so far. Maybe I just want that in the sideboard for the Auras matchup as opposed to main decking it. It's been really lackluster in all the games that we've played. I'm gonna board in some more interaction so we can take their what's it called off the table. Clarion Spirit. Why would Entity plus Brainstorm be a trap, Brooke? Can you explain? Those are two individually reasonable cards that are reasonable together. That's exactly the type of synergy you want to play. Alright, get your tires ready to spin, shit. Yeah, set releases are always higher than normal Ewok. That's just how Twitch works. Just passing for now. Psychologist, thanks for 31 months. Welcome back. Opponent spending their turn spinning their tires. Seems good for us to start. Wheel? Deal. Is Hallowed one legal and historic? It is. Nah, I think you're way off base there, Rook. I think Stormwing Entity is a really good threat. Yeah, Stormwing's a super reasonable card. Yeah, dodging Skyclave Apparition is huge as well. It was really big in the green-white matchup we played earlier. I just, like, your concerns don't make sense. Like, the things you're listing aren't real things that you should be worried about. Like, you're just, like, what you said isn't accurate. The impact it has on board isn't repeatable. And we were previously getting, in order for it to cause harm, we were previously getting from Crackling Drake, we need to continue. I don't, like, what does that mean? You used a bunch of buzzwords, basically. I think we just pass this turn since we have the Arclight Phoenix in hand. Don't buzzwords me, chat. Be specific. Now, I think most cards like Thing in the Ice that require a build-around condition, things like Thing in the Ice that require a build-around condition and just die to Doomblade, like, it's hard for something like that to be unhealthy. You're also guaranteed to get Thing in the Ice in this format for people that aren't following how Historic works. We know that that's 100% coming. Anything that's Pioneer legal is guaranteed to be Historic legal eventually. He explains his deck's velocity versus how robust it is, asking the real questions. Yeah, I'm just telling you your thought process is weird, Rook. Like, we're casting cantrips and like this card is a payoff that rewards us for doing what this deck wants to do anyways, which is casting spells. So playing a card that rewards you for doing what you already want to do is exactly the type of thing you want to be doing. So they don't have anywhere near 18 on board, right? They have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I think we just hit them for 6, play a Crackling Drake and pass, right? Thanks for the 3 years, AGH. Welcome back. And they're like hoping to draw like a Deccan Stone. Okay. That's probably lethal, right? I haven't counted, but feels dead adjacent. It's a solid upgrade. All right, so the Brazen Borrowers have felt really bad. I feel like if I cut those, I probably want at least one more threat. So we'll go up a Crackling Drake. Finale of Promise has been kind of whatever too. I think I want some Brazen Borrowers for the sideboard. And then something like Shock in the main deck is just like another proactive piece of interaction that also helps us bring back our things. Seems fine. Let's play like another Charter Course. I already have Spikefield Hazard that exiles things, and again, like, the exile removal like this isn't very good against, oh, I like Merchant of the Veil. We had talked about that when we were building this. Let's try a couple of shocks, a couple of shocks. I like that. I think I want at least a couple of borrowers in the sideboard, maybe even 3, because I think the Auras deck is scary. How do I fit those in here? I need to cut 2 things from this giant mess. This interface is so fucking terrible. It's so bad. All right, let's do one more with a couple of changes, and then we'll shift on over to the next deck. We're gonna play some Tainted back combo up next. Is there a way to put it back in the other view? No, if you could do that, I would have done it already. I don't know what we can cut because I don't know what's happening in our sideboard. Big mood. Big mood. How long am I streaming for? At least another 5 hours. My viewer count tends to fall off at like 3-4 o'clock central, so if that happens, I'll probably be done by about 4 or 5 o'clock at the latest. But I'll do more than that if we stay high. If we stay at like 1,900 people, I'll do longer today for sure. I'm planning to do 8 to 10 hours tomorrow too, starting at 8 a.m. like my normal start time. The set release not dropping until 10 a.m. Central cuts 2 hours into my normal stream time. You know what? I probably should have kept this and bottomed this, right? Because now I have to Faithless Looting in order to play Stormwing Entity. It's a little awkward. Do I ditch Brainstorm or do I ditch Thrilling Discovery? I think it's Brainstorm. We've definitely discarded and scried Brainstorm bottom more than we've cast it. I guess if I'm following up with Entity, maybe it's right. Maybe it's right to keep Brainstorm. Could go either way here. Because like Brainstorm, I get to bottom what I don't want with this anyways. Let's keep the Brainstorm. Any plans on playing a new Feather deck? Yeah, you can always see a variety selection of decks that are coming up on stream in the deck queue on my website. There's a Feather deck in there amongst plenty of other things. Psionic MS, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. Narset, rude.
Prepared than me.
See if they downtick here or not. They do not. It's unfortunate. And I guess we just attack, huh?
Wait a moment.
Yeah, against the Phoenix deck, most of the time it's going to be right to just leave Narset on 5. Was it worth it to opt into Stormwing without the draw 1? Well, clearly I think the answer to that question is no, because I didn't take that line. Wait. So can you explain to me why you think it's worth doing that? Instead of me just reiterating the fact that I don't think it's a good play? What removal spell is my opponent's blue-green deck playing, chat? If they bounce my Stormwing next turn, I could just make the opt play Stormwing play the following turn.
Every story is an opportunity for new data. I think you will find my notes helpful.
I guess, like, it's marginally better against Shark Typhoon? Nah, I think the Crawling Barrens is definitely indicative of the fact that they're, I guess we hadn't seen this one yet. I don't know, these 3 lands to start, I think, implies that they're just blue-green. The opponent is playing a Nexus deck, V-Ball. They're playing blue-green turns. Thanks for the tip, Rayhouse. Hey, good games. Good luck in the rest of your laddering today. Yeah, I've been back doing Magic stuff for a couple of months now. We picked back up with the Kaldheim set release. About 3 months now at this point, almost 3. No, 2. Kaldheim was really recent, right? It's the end of January. February, March. That's almost 3 months. 2.5.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
Well, I want to have something to eat while our opponent plays with themselves for your pleasure. Good chance for me to pretend like I'm watching a show.
Seek and find. To the library. I know I noted this somewhere.
So I probably want to keep Helix in my deck to deal damage to Narset. Negates and Disputes sound good. Brainstorm's a little mediocre. especially in the face in our set. For reference, the blue-green deck that our opponent's playing can take unlimited turns even without Nexus of Fate. The blue-green command shuffles 3 cards from your graveyard back into your deck, and Time Warp doesn't exile. Well, they definitely play Azcanta. I don't know that I like Rip Apart. I don't know that I like being super reactive. In this matchup, I want to maintain a certain amount of being able to put pressure into play to attack my opponent. And I think counter spells plus other stuff is probably becoming a little bit too reactive. Yeah, that too. If Shark Typhoon's in play, you could probably just pack it in. I agree. Yeah, the Orzhov command being able to give something flying really solves one of the problems that Black-White Shadow has, which is closing the game out on a gummed-up board, which is a big deal. Yeah, we could have a very, very nuts turn next turn, huh? Little unfortunate that we can't discard the 3rd Phoenix, but that's fine. Can't have everything always. The audio bug only happens on one specific map and only some of the time. No, there aren't original artworks available for the Mystical Archives game. Exit Dose, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. We get some birds here on turn 3. This is an ideal start around the play. We have pressure right away. Oh, Brag Tusk, sure. Oh, that was in the revealed cards. So they don't guarantee to have Thrag Tusk. Yeah, I just cast Arclight, right? Actually, I'm just supposed to hold up counter spells, right? There's no way we do anything other than hold up counter spells here. Let's pass with these. Yeah, if you're interested in a draft of the opponent's archetype, this deck is in the stream queue up on my website. We're going to play it at some point. How does my wildcard situation look after cracking packs this morning? I have 34 Mythic Rare wildcards, but I'm also missing 44 Mythics from the set. I think 1 Aether Gust might actually be good here. Thanks, Tamio on occasion. They boarded in Thrag Tusk. We mulligan this. I guess I have. Yeah, the problem is I have to like blue. These gateway pathways have been super awkward. I don't know that I really have a better land to play because, like, even if these were Glacial Fortress, this hand wouldn't be very good. Okay, yeah. I opened 431 packs, and we're missing 44. We're missing 44 rares, or 44 mythics. The correct sequencing is Brainstorm and then Opt, right? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna pass here. Ideally, I'm gonna get to like looting Opt, Brainstorm all together on 3. He says before they cast Narset. Yeah, I think Red White Hollow one would be a fine builder on Ugsby. I don't know that it'll be good enough, but I can see. So what are the what cantrip sequencing here gives me the best chance to find more Phoenixes? It's Opt and then Brainstorm, right? If I Opt, I see 2, then Brainstorm sees 3. So I get 5 looks at a second Phoenix. Chat, if Faithless Looting gets countered, how does my turn change? I'm still, like, casting spells and spinning my tires a little bit, right? I just, like, cast Looting again next turn? Like, what's the problem?
Let us see if you're... Let me aid your research.
So... What I should have done is I should have put a card on top of my deck that I wanted to scry to the bottom. So that way I could try and get more. Because now I'm going to do this, and then we'll do this. And I would have gotten one more look at a second Phoenix had I sequenced differently. And I get to kill Tamio here, which is great. So you get to Helix this, bring back Phoenix, attack Tamio. So not all bad. I can merchant into Stormwing next turn.
Dueling you will be excellent.
Really love to draw a Helix or another Phoenix here. Phoenix would be great. Negate's a decent pickup. Hey, Fedmart, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I'm going to merchant to start here. Because if I draw untapped land, I can Stormwing, hold Negate. Mari, thank you for the 45 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
You could use some manners. Seek and find.
Historic's new. Whether or not it's improved remains to be seen. If you are on iOS, iOS does not allow you to enter codes. That is a Apple thing. It's not a Wizards thing. The new sideboard design is terrible. Okay, so probably have a Shark Typhoon here, right? Now we got a full playset of rares from Pax McGee. We need to try and take Tamiyo off the table here. I think we're dead, right? Not guaranteed, but likely close. So they get to take a turn, down tick, pick the turn up, maybe draw another one here with her +1. They don't quite have enough lands yet that this is a concession, but there's a good chance we're dead here. So they get to down tick Tamiyo, take a turn. There's a good chance this is another turn spell as well, so if they draw a land, they get a turn spell that way. They get to plus the Tamiyo, name Time Warp again.
I know I noted this somewhere.
Okay, they bricked on that. They have a 6 land here. They could have another Time Warp in their hand already. Nope. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. You gonna fog during our upkeep? Yeah. Yeah, the old upkeep fog. Oh wait, I could do this, right? Get the flavor text there on Merchant of the Veil. I think there's a good chance this card's good. Honestly, there's a chance this card is better than Brainstorm. There's a very real chance that this card's better than Brainstorm in this deck. I really need Turbo Fog turns to not be good. I mean, if their deck is good, you can hedge more against it, right? Like some stomps, some stomps would be good. Bone Crusher Giant, Questing Beast, stuff like that. Typical Eldraine card. Yep. Typical Eldraine card, better than Legacy Staple. You know, the huge. The huge. Brainstorm's insane with Stormwing. Sure, but that's not your average use case scenario, Drew. So you're right, Brainstorm is insane with Stormwing, but you don't always have Stormwing, and Stormwing is just good on its own. So like playing a card that's like insane with Stormwing, but mediocre otherwise, when you could just be playing a card that's just like okay on average, is like not great. Wow, brutal. Okay. They just shuffled 3 Time Warps back into their 22 card deck. One Negate or Mystic Dispute, please. Yikes. Bluffing with my muffin. Played Ox of Agnes, sure. Can see that. I mean, like, and again, like, this is why, like, if your opponent doesn't have, like, an active Azcanta or an active Tamiyo, like, my opponent's taking a bunch of turns here, but they're not really accomplishing anything with those turns at the moment. So, like, this is, like, annoying, and it feels kind of bad, but this game's, like, pretty far from over. Well, with the blue-green command, they can take all the turns, Brad. So blue-green, 2 blue-green commands gives them unlimited terms. Because the third mode on here puts 2 time warps and another command back into their deck.
Holds our future.
For reference. Like, from this point, we're probably dead. Aldrin's Epiphany is so good. The fact that it's a extra turn spell that gives them board presence is so busted. And now that our opponent's going to have a Tamiyo in play long term, that probably means to get this done. I would be kind of surprised if we get another turn from this position. I bet with the command here in hand, they're going to get to set up Tamiyo, time warp, and stuff. How do they kill me? Well, they have a 3/3 right here, so they attack. They also have a Crawling Barons in play, and they have an Orphan Guard. It honestly surprises me. Magic players are such a strange bunch. It surprises me how often people come in and are like, Jeff, what's your win condition? And it's like, well, you see, these cards are called creatures, and they attack. It's like Magic players, like, overthink things so constantly. It's just like, the win condition doesn't have to be like you jumping over backwards and then, like, saying an incantation and sacrificing a goat. Like, the win condition can just be, well, you attack a bunch. It's usually the case. I can block these attackers. No, I can't. Quintix command literally puts 1/1 counters on things, and this grows endless in size. They have to cast Quintix command in order to be shuffling their cards back into their graveyard anyway, so this not only bounces things, but also puts counters on stuff. Magic players need a Rube Goldberg machine as a win counter, they're not happy. Yeah, basically. That's like the TLDR of it all. Okay, they had to cash in their Tamiyo here to get their extra turn spell back, so, like, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. They're a little choked on mana. We'll see if they're able to actually take all of the turns with only 7 lands here. 8 definitely makes it a touch easier. 8 mana means they've got... Oh, they don't have a basic left in their deck. That's so good for us. They milled past them with Tamiyo. Get got. So without an 8th land, they can't command and time warp in the same turn, which is a big deal. Yeah, the key amount of mana for their deck definitely seems like 8. They need to be able to cast this spell and warp in the same turn. Hey, what's going on, Hemingway? Good to see you. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Alright, so... This is lethal, right? Because they attacked for some reason? I don't think we were supposed to win this game. I feel like my opponent just like missed on the Fabled Passage and like tilted off the face of the planet. I think is what happened there. Yeah, I think the opponent maybe tilted a little bit there. Yeah, they knew about the Phoenix from memory lapse. Listen, we've all been there, chat. We've all been there. Thoughts on this? Brainstorm did not feel good. It felt like fine, but like definitely not good. We discarded this more, or like we discarded this more than we cast it. We scryed it away more than we cast it. I don't know if that means you don't play it, because like it is really good with Stormwing, and it's like did get us out of some pinches in some spots. The couple of games we played at the end with Merchant of the Veil felt really good. I would consider playing more of this card. Like maybe we split the other direction. Maybe we like put 4 Merchant of the Veil to Brainstorm. Thrilling Discovery was really good. Yeah, and this card was honestly, like, one of the questions I want to ask yourself when we look at this deck is, you know, is the white splash worthwhile? And this card was meaningfully better than Cathartic Reunion at several points. Lightning Helix was really good at multiple points. Rip Apart, being able to deal with enchantments, was useful at multiple points. I feel like the white splash was worthwhile. This land was super awkward at multiple points. I might try Glacial Fortress in this slot. That land would also be awkward at multiple points, but would have been better in spots where this was bad. So I think I would turn this into Glacial. Just like the fact that we have Crackling Drake meant anytime I played Pathway on white, I felt really, really bad. I think counterspells are not good in this deck. If Is It Charm was legal in this format, I think you'd play Is It Charm, no questions asked, but I don't think you want cards that are just like dedicated counterspells. You want things that are proactive, that lets you get Arclight Phoenix and Stormwing Entity into play. Merfolk Secret Keeper. God, that's a bad card. I really just don't want to play bad cards. I feel like I'd rather just play like this card's like super reasonable. I feel like I would play more of this before I played a terrible card like Secret Keeper. Pythrion, thanks for 38 months. Welcome back. I mean, Brainstorm is basically strictly better than drawing a card, so it can't be that much worse than Opt, right? It is, though, because this deck's seeing so many cards, like, you want to, if you don't find what you're looking for, you want more chances, and Brainstorm putting cards on top of your deck that you're locked into getting past. A couple people have mentioned Fabled Passage. I think if you're straight blue-red, you can probably afford some Fabled Passage, but I think with the white splash, fitting basics and Fabled Passage into the mana base is going to be really awkward. And honestly, even in blue-red, like having one of your first 3 lands come into play tapped really sucks in this deck. Like I don't think Fabled Passage sounds particularly exciting. Yeah, Thought Scour would be absurd. You definitely play a bunch of Thought Scour and that would make Brainstorm super reasonable. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on from this. If you didn't catch all of this, we played it for almost 2 hours. It'll be up on my YouTube channel this evening.